All right, so we finally have the back glass, well, not ready to go in, but we're finally to the point where we're going to install the back glass. So I've got the truck uncovered again, got a battery charger running on it, and we've got the back glass on the table, and we will get the sealant put down, and we'll jump into that. Okay, so we're gonna jump back in the glass. So we've got our butyl sealant that we ordered from Amazon. So we'll get into opening up those boxes, and basically what we need to do is lay down the sealant. It will go on this channel in between those two ribs, and you can't really see some of the second one isn't there because it's like the edge of the glass, but that's the basic premise. We'll loop this thing with sealant all the way around and see how that goes. Not what I expected to see when I opened this thing up. This is going to be a sticky mess. So it's it's changed shapes a couple times, it looks like. So we'll do our best to get this thing peeled and start working on putting that sealant down. Alright, so let's start with talking about, I ended up using most of the roll, probably about 3/4 of the roll. So I did not need to buy a 2-pack, but I do have 2 10th gen trucks, so maybe at some point we'll put some on City as well, although I don't have a problem with the back glass at the moment. Second thing we're going to talk about is the way that I started and ended. So I started at the lower corner here, and I have it wrapped in a way where once I went all the way around the glass, came back around, I actually went up behind, or the inside of the sealant. Now this is a glass trick that is typically done with urethane if you're putting down sealant. That way, if you had water running down your glass on your sealant, it goes outside of the path, versus if you have these the other way around, you could have a path between the two sealants that goes into leaking inside. So that trick will hopefully help you out, save you some time. And then the second thing, now technically that could be done anywhere. It could have been here in the middle and had this one go, outside, and then the lower one come up on the inside. I just do it on the corner because it's an easier place to start, and it's usually a little bit more real estate. The other thing I did was add just a little bit of extra sealant from down here where they were overlapping. So I just rolled it into an extra bead in this area where they are prone to leaking. I'd rather have extra sealant. So to duplicate that on this side, I have an extra piece here, and I'm just going to roll that into a nice little bead. Roll it into a nice little bead here, and then we'll just lay that in with it and kind of mash it in pretty nice there. And that will give us a little bit of extra sealant here just in case something changes or shifts, or I'd rather have a little bit too much than not enough. So overall, the sealant went down okay. There was a couple spots where the sealant had flattened out and was much wider. So in that case, I just kind of folded it on itself. I guess like that would be a better way to describe that, just to give it kind of a little bit more of a round bead again. So sealant's done, or laid out. We should be able to get the truck. We're going to check real quick, see if there's any issues with the back glass on the cab where it's going to go into it, just to make sure we don't have any problems there before we actually carry the glass over there. So for now, I believe we're done out here, and then we'll jump out to the truck. And of course, it's August in Texas, so paint is going to be very hot. But I did do a pretty good job cleaning that up. I do want to do a quick light scraping on this that we talked about last time. I want to knock that out before I get too deep into installing. And yeah, we should be just about ready to get the glass on. I do need to tape my third brake light harness up and out of the way because that needs to stay outside the glass. But other than that, we should be good shape. All right, we got these suction cups loaded on the glass, and we are ready to drag it outside and see how she goes. So, see y'all out there. All right, so I'm gonna throw a moving blanket down just in case we need to do something goofy and set this thing down in process. I'm gonna leave a little bit of a gap just so I don't worry about hanging up on that as I come in. I do have suction cups, but I don't trust them over the concrete, so just because this is a very special one-off piece of glass, so I don't want to break it. But we should be ready to slide this thing in here and see how this goes. Now, grab you guys here. Now, I was able to look through the glass with enough light. I could see the stud, so I could figure out where that stud needed to get lined up. So we are actually lined up. We'll check, make sure we're centered left to right, top to bottom, all that good stuff. And then we'll start slowly, gently torquing this thing down. All right, so you see here we have our stud lined up in our hole. Now, still got quite a bit of thickness to squeeze, but we're in the right place on our studs, so that's excellent. And we are over there as well, so we can start getting the hardware put on and see how this goes. And there's our hardware. I don't remember exactly how many we need for the back glass. We'll take a count as we go here, but we'll get started here. These were the 9mm hex. I barely had room to get that guy started on the threads, just with how much sealant is pushing outward on that glass. But I'd like to get a couple of these started. I'll probably throw those two over there, and then we'll work on getting them started across the bottom and top. All right, so the answer is 12. There's 4 across the top, 4 across the bottom, 2 on each side. So they're all started now, which is great. We're going to work on, like I said, slowly snugging this thing down. We don't want to put too much pressure on one side at a time. And yeah, let's jump into it. Now I did, from the outside, push on the glass because this side didn't have any pressure on it at all, so the nuts weren't quite, the studs weren't quite long enough to grab onto the nut. But I just want to kind of show you here. So if you look, I get you in here real close. There is a thickness around the stud itself right in here. All right, flip the camera over so we can get you in nice and close. So that thickness in this gap, we can't crush because that's part of the frame. So all we want to do is snug up between the panel of the steel and that thickness in there. So we're just going to snug it down, just gently turning it by hand here. And I'm just barely leaning on it, like no pressure whatsoever. Just, it doesn't have to be crazy tight. Basically wrist tight is what I would call that. So I'm gonna work my way across the bottom, work my way up that side, and we'll go see how this finishes out. All right, so she's bolted in all the way around. Looks like my extra sealant that I put in on that drop down area. Let's see if we can get you some light in there. The sealant in here ended up being a little bit lower than the frame, so I just kind of wedged it up into position. kind of smoothed it over. Also looks like my center section here, just zoom out, my center section here is just a little bit bleeding out underneath the gap. I don't really have a great way to show you that. Maybe this way. Anyways, it's that way. There you go. So it's a little bit low, but there should still be plenty of sealant up there. So there should be enough sealant there. It's just a little bit bleeding out down the bottom side, but I guess in a perfect world I would have had it a little bit higher than it was, but it is what it is. I'm not going to take it back out just to fix that. So I believe we've got the cab sealed up. Now I still don't know if my windshield is leaking or not, but my two issues that I know I had are definitely corrected now. So I will let this sit up for the rest of the afternoon in the heat, and then maybe tomorrow we'll do some water testing on it and see how that goes. But for now, I'm gonna head inside to the AC. All right, I tried to show you that lower section in the center here that where it was kind of oozing out of the bottom. I did look through the top up here, and you can actually see the sealant sticking out the top. I'm not sure if that's focused or not, but you can see the sealant sticking out the top. So we do have a good seal there, just a little bit of extra sealant pushing out. So I have to say I am super pleased with today's progress. It is slow progress. I am going to go back and look and see how long I've had the back glass out of, not just in YouTube land, but actual time. And I'm really curious. I think it's been, if I had to guess, here, tell you what, leave me a comment in the video and we'll figure out who's going to be the closest guess, you or me. But I'm thinking it was 11 weeks ago. So we'll see who's closer, and we'll go from there. But like I said, I am super pleased with the progress today. So, like I said, I'm super pleased with the progress today. It's just a matter of time before we get this thing finalized, or at least drivable. So we'll jump into assuming the cab is tight and we don't need to get into the windshield, then we'll jump into the wiring situation next, and then finally the transmission after that. But for now, we're going to wrap up on this video, and I appreciate you, and I will catch you in the next one.